So, I'm a consistently profitable day trader, but today I took a loss. And I'm going to explain to you how I dealt with that loss. Because everything looked good. I got my A plus setup and I was 2% in profit, and then it started to chop around and eventually it went down. So, me personally, my first instinct when I see a lot of choppy price action and it doesn't look convincing anymore is to protect my capital. And the way I did this, I lost, instead of losing 1%, I lost between 0 and 0.4% on all my accounts. And why am I telling you this? Because after my 10R trade a couple of weeks ago, I've taken 3 losses, but I only lost 2% total, which means I had 2 break even or slightly lost trades and then 1 loss of 1%. So I made 10% and then I lost 2% on 4 trades totally. And previously, like earlier in my trading career, I would have been thinking, I lost 3 times in a row, this isn't working. But the thing is, the trading strategy in itself doesn't matter that much. As long as you see that it works in backtesting for a longer period of time, it doesn't matter if it doesn't work 3 times in a row. It means nothing. And I'm trying to convince you to understand that as long as you have a strategy that works in your backtesting, you shouldn't be too quick to change it when it doesn't work live, or think that there's probably another better strategy out there. Because the thing is, another strategy may be working. Like the last 2 weeks, I've observed something that would have been profitable consistently those 2 weeks, but that doesn't mean anything, because if you can't go in backtesting and prove that to yourself, it doesn't mean anything. And I can't do that. I've gone into backtesting and looked at what works the previous 2 weeks, and it doesn't give me a consistent edge when I'm backtesting it several months. What does this tell me? This tells me that the conditions the last 2 weeks aren't representative of the conditions for several months. And my only job is to protect my capital. I've had 3 opportunities that didn't work out, but I only lost 2% on those opportunities. That's not a lot, because I trade with really high risk reward ratio, at least 1-6 and sometimes more. So 2% loss on 3 trades is nothing. 1 winning trade and I'm netto 4%. So the thing is, trading, people think that you need to be really smart or intelligent to succeed in trading, but you actually don't. And I'm going to prove this to you. If you watch this video today, then probably in a short period of time, then you're going to see a video where I made my next profitable trade. Not because I'm smarter than you, but simply because I have a strategy that works and I apply it. I'm not smarter than you. I'm not a better trader. I just have a profitable strategy. That's the difference. You are probably smarter than me, but since I have something that works in the market, I'm just applying that without flinching, without hesitating, without being overly confident. I just apply the strategy. And my mindset is this: when I have a profitable strategy, I apply that strategy for at least 3-6 months. If I see that it doesn't work the next 3-6 months, then I need to reevaluate. But I'm not going to just change my strategy or try to do something else quickly just because my strategy doesn't work now. Because No strategy is perfect. No strategy is going to work every single time. You are going to suffer losing streaks, and your only job during those losing streaks is protecting your capital, which I've done excellently this time. So obviously it's boring, but that's what it takes. And if you want to change your strategy, or if you see something new in the market that you could add to your strategy, you need to observe if that works over a longer period of time. And you need to backtest it for several months, at least 6 months, if not more. That's when you know if it actually works. Because people always try to overcomplicate trading. So, for example, in my case today, I went long after a liquidity sweep in Euro USD in London session, and I was targeting 2 equal highs. I was up 2%, and unfortunately the price didn't reach that level. In my mind, when I look back at the market, I'm starting to think that, oh, but what if I just closed after I gained 2% and it took out some internal liquidity? Or what if I went short after I saw the choppy price action and targeted lower? Like, people try to make trading too complicated, because the reality is this: it's not logical to just trade in the middle of a range. That's the worst thing you can do. You need some sort of liquidity sweep, and you need to be certain that it's a protected high or low, and you shouldn't be taking 2-3 different trades in one session, because that's never going to work out long term. It's probably going to work out short term, not even short term oftentimes, but long term it's not going to work out. You don't win in trading by being smarter than everyone else, because a lot of smart people don't even trade, or they don't succeed in trading, because they try to calculate everything, they try to control everything, and it's not going to work in trading. You have to be selective, which means every single week you're going to see a lot of opportunities that may or may not work. But those opportunities don't matter, because you can't just jump on one opportunity this week and then another completely different opportunity next week, because there is no consistency. You have to think of it this way: you need to trade like basically a robot would do it. The robot wouldn't be thinking, what should I do this time, this week, this different setup, this different strategy that my intuition tells me, because your intuition will always fail in trading, because the market is built to give you a narrative that's false, that you think is logical, that you think is your intuition, and then you're going to get stopped out. So the only thing that works in trading is to have a consistent edge written down that basically a bot could follow consistently, and nothing else. If you're interested in my strategy and my daily market analysis and how I look at the markets, click the link in the bio to join my Discord, and I'll guide you from there. If you really want to succeed in this game long term, you need a solid strategy. The only difference between me and you is that I have something that works and I follow it. That's it. Good luck.